This is one of my all-time favorite riddles. Imagine a 1 meter long table. Now imagine you throw a bucket filled with 100 ants on it. All ants land at the same time, all scattered along the table. Each ant is facing either left or right. And they simultaneously begin to walk in the direction they're facing, at a speed of 1 meter per minute. If an ant collides with another ant, they both turn around instantly and keep going at 1 meter per minute. The big question: over all possible initial configurations, what is the longest amount of time that you would need to wait to guarantee that the table has no more ants? Put more simply, what is the longest time the ants would take to walk off the table? Let's go over the specifics of the riddle. Firstly, the table is 1 meter long. There are 100 ants thrown onto the table, landing randomly, each facing either left or right. The collisions between ants are instant. They instantly turn around and keep their speed of 1 meter per minute. You're trying to find out the longest time the ants would take to walk off the table, and treat ants as points. I'm now going to give some hints. If you want to pause the video, go ahead and try to solve for yourself. Hint number 1. When problems have a big number of details, like 100 ants, it's best to start off small. So try thinking about, what does a collision between just 2 ants look like? Hint number 2. Ignoring the numbers for a second, let's try our best to visualize the collision. What does it look like? Does it remind you of anything different? Hint number 3. I'll play a visual on screen of the collision. See if it looked like the ants are doing anything different other than colliding. Maybe something that's easier to calculate. I'll now give the solution, but a quick preface. To each their own, but I highly recommend keeping this riddle alive in the back of your brain during your day if you haven't gotten the answer. Many solutions come when you least expect them, like in sleep or showers, and you're pretty much giving your brain a workout by not giving up. So hang in there. Anyways, below are 2 visuals side by side. One is of the ants going through each other, like ghosts. The other is of the collision. You've probably realized they're identical. If we consider all the ants to be the same, like they are in this visual, it becomes clear. When an ant collides and instantly turns around, it's the same as if they just didn't turn around at all, because the ants are identical. Along with the fact that the ants keep their speed. Take a second to really think about this. If you need to rewind the video or pause, that's perfectly fine. The solution of this riddle then is the longest time it would take is 1 minute. Assuming an ant is at the very far end of, say, the left table and they're facing right. Because every collision would be like the ants are just passing through each other. This is one of my all-time favorite riddles because although at the start it seems quite mathy and based on physics or probability, the solution is simply in visualization and understanding the problem. If you weren't able to solve the riddle, that's alright. There are many more riddles to come, both through videos and just general life itself. Lastly, if you are on the more math technical side, I'll leave another question to you, with the answer linked in the description. Calculate the average time it takes for an arbitrary initial number of ants n to fall off the stick. I hope you enjoyed my pilot episode and consider subscribing.